John promised to visit Paul's office before he leaves for Egypt. John kept the lid on his travel plans until the last minute to avoid overwhelming Paul with farewell preparations. Paul's office overlooks beautiful countryside views that John will definitely miss during his extended stay in Egypt. John brought a small cart filled with farewell gifts and important documents to share with Paul before departure. Paul offered John fresh melon slices from the office fruit bowl as they discussed final business matters together. The tension seemed to boil over as they realized this might be their last face-to-face meeting. Their friendship had been like a joyful parade of shared experiences that would now be interrupted by distance. John used a colorful pin to mark Egypt's location on Paul's world map hanging behind his desk. Paul's cute daughter drew a farewell picture that John promised to carry with him to Egypt. Time seemed to punish them by moving too quickly as their final meeting drew to an end. The flagpole outside Paul's office window displayed flags that reminded John of international travel and cultural exchange. They decided to toast their friendship with coffee instead of alcohol, since John's flight departed early morning. Paul recommended a reliable grocery delivery service for John's apartment, while he travels abroad for business. John joked that he wished a helicopter could transport him instantly between Egypt and Paul's office. Paul read aloud their shared project timeline to ensure John understood all deadlines during his absence. They reminisced about last summer's office picnic, where they first discussed John's potential international assignment opportunity. The office breakroom oven was baking farewell cookies that colleagues prepared for John's departure celebration. John's hair began to curl from nervous sweating as departure time approached and emotions ran high. Paul reminded John to schedule a dentist appointment before traveling since dental care might be limited. John admired Paul's new purple tie, which added a splash of color to their otherwise somber farewell meeting. John accidentally stubbed his toe on Paul's desk leg while pacing nervously around the office during conversation. Paul offered John a travel blanket for the long international flight to make the journey more comfortable. The goodbye felt slightly awkward, because neither man was particularly comfortable expressing deep emotional feelings openly. John asked Paul to occasionally check on his apartment and water his plants like a trusted pet sitter. Among the billion people in the world, Paul felt grateful to have John as such a reliable friend. Their friendship was like a strong rope that could stretch across continents without breaking under pressure. The giraffe figurine on Paul's desk reminded them both of John's upcoming African adventure and wildlife experiences. John promised not to dump all his travel responsibilities on Paul while managing projects from overseas. He meant to order a coffee pot for Paul's office, but by entering the wrong part number, he ended up getting a pan instead. John assured Paul that he would never quit their friendship despite the physical distance that would separate them. They appreciated the privacy of Paul's office for discussing sensitive business matters and personal concerns about separation. John wished modern rocket technology could make international travel as quick as sending an email message. Their partnership would continue to bloom even with John working remotely from Egypt for several months ahead. Paul had to yell across the hallway to gather colleagues for John's impromptu farewell gathering before departure. They decided to chop their formal meeting short and spend remaining time discussing personal topics and memories. John's taxi was waiting in the office building's pickup lane to transport him to the airport. Paul suggested avoiding pork dishes in Egypt due to cultural dietary restrictions that John should respect. John worried about encountering dangerous snake species in Egypt, but Paul reassured him about safety precautions. The sound of dogs beginning to bark outside reminded them that afternoon was advancing toward departure time. As John left, Paul released a red balloon from his office window as a symbolic farewell gesture.